New York is the city that never sleeps, and neither does Sal Licata. From Flushing in the Bronx to the Meadowlands in MSG, Sal sounds off on the biggest sports news of the day. Welcome to WFAN Daily with Sal Licata.
Well, it's not Sal Licata, it's Pete Hoffman, and I'm returning as the last video I just did sucked. There was some weird-ass noise making, and I had to change it, do it over again. But it doesn't make a difference because guess what? The Rangers still won 4-3 in double overtime. Talk about one of the most epic games of the playoffs so far and one of the epic games in Rangers history. Let's be honest. They, in big games, in playoffs, in double overtimes, the Rangers find ways to win, and it's fantastic. And let's talk about Vincent Trocheck. He is arguably the most underrated player, underappreciated player on this New York Rangers roster. Guy scores goals, is physical, sets up great goals. He does everything. He gets under people's skin, which is something that the Rangers really need. He does it all. And in the biggest parts of the game, in the crunch time situations, guess what? Who comes out with the game winner? Vincent Trocheck. Not Panarin, not Mika Zibanejad, but Vincent freaking Trocheck. And Mika had a good game. Panarin had an okay game. The penalties in the later parts, in the OTs, kind of got under a little bit annoying. Clear-cut penalty on Panarin in the second overtime where he gave the hook. It sucked, but in the end, the penalty killing was phenomenal. And honestly, you talk about the biggest takeaways here. Igor Shesterkin, 54 saves. 54 saves by Igor Shesterkin. Unbelievable. This is now his 29th game in a row, allowing 3 goals or less. That is incredible. It shows the dominance of Igor Shesterkin and why Rangers fans are extremely happy to have him and why they appreciate him. Like, listen, Henrik Lundqvist was amazing. We always want him to win a Stanley Cup, but it's incredible. The Rangers fans have gotten so lucky to go back to John Van Beesbrook, go Beezer to Mike Richter. I know there's a couple in between, but to Henrik Lundqvist, now to Igor Shesterkin. Ranger fans are spoiled when it comes down to their goaltenders because, I mean, they have had some of the best goaltending of all time. Igor Shesterkin maybe had a rough first half of the season, but finds a way to just upset. Listen, Carolina Hurricanes are a great team. And that's why when I see the betting, I see the booking, I see the bookies go out there, and the Carolina Panthers were a minus 125 money line to win today. Got under my skin, but the Rangers are the best team in the league for a reason. They are the best team because they have the elite scoring, they have the veteran presence, and they have one of the best goalies in the league. He may not have been able to play like that all season long, but the second half he turned a corner, and now the most important time he's playing his best hockey. You talk about the one big difference between the play in the overtime between both teams, and it's a sore thumb. And I talked about it in past, and we've been talking about it, discussing it over and over and over. The Matt Rempe situation. Now, you love him. You love that he's physical. You love that he's an enforcer. You love that he's on this team. And there are some elements that he adds when he's on the ice. He's not on the ice enough. He's not on the ice enough to make an impact. And the physicality in certain series, it's not there. Like, the Hurricanes are a good team. They're not as physical. I know there's some chippy shots. I know D'Angelo's chippy. I know there's been some plays that are a little chippy. It's not the same series as the Washington Capitals. The Washington Capitals, that's what they had. They had Tom Wilson. You know, they had to do that because that's the only way that they can keep up with the New York Rangers. The Hurricanes are good. They're fast. They got Sebastian Aho. They got Jack Gensel. They have a lot of good players that don't need to be physical, to score goals. They can get under your skin in certain ways, but they're not going to be as physical. They don't need to be that enforcer type. Rempe doesn't really fit in right now. And then when you sit and you look at the Hurricanes went to 9 forwards and the Rangers went to 11, meaning the one guy that didn't play was Matt Rempe. I love Matt Rempe. It's just something that as we get deeper into these series, you need everyone to be able to get a shift. If you have 4 full lines, it just makes it better because the guys know each other better. And it's something where Matt Rempe can't be on the ice in those situations. And we know that. He can't. We saw that. He's not going to be able to play in those spots. Is it worth having him on the roster, having him on the bench if he needs to play? I don't think so, but we'll get into that in a later time and date. Another impressive thing about the Rangers, again, there was 2 penalties called. Looked like they could have been costly penalties on the Rangers in the overtime, but the penalty kill was phenomenal again. And now that just wasn't just about the overtime; it was about the game as a whole. The Hurricanes have had issues with their power play, and that's partly because the Rangers are that freaking good shorthanded. We've seen them before. The Capital Series have been able to score goals if they need to, but they just play a phenomenal defense. Keandre Miller's out there playing really good defense in those crunch time situations. So kudos to them to be able to go in 2 overtimes down a player and still be able to calm things down, cool things down. And that's the thing. I never really felt that the Rangers were ever really, truly in trouble. When they were down a man in OT, both OTs, I was nervous. I'm not going to lie. That's where I was bugging out. But for the most part, I felt good. It didn't feel like the Rangers were going to have a letdown game here. And they didn't. And that's because Igor Shesterkin is amazing. But I won't lie. The one thing I cannot stand, and I love hockey, I love overtime. I hate when the Rangers go to overtime. That bugs me out. That pisses me off. That's where I'm like, from the moment the puck drops in overtime, my heart starts to bug out. I can't take it. It's too much. It's too intensity. I love it, but not for the Rangers. I'll watch a 5 overtime game for crying out loud. Just not for the Rangers. It's just too many. It's the buildup is too much because you know that there could be a really early goal that just creeps in. It could be a long game that goes 2, 3 overtimes or whatever it is, and something wacky happens. Playoff hockey is like that, and it's frustrating, but in the end, the Rangers came out on top, and that's really all that matters. And again, 6-0, undefeated in the playoffs. And yes, if you're asking, why am I live again? I'm saying because before the audio had much issues. Not anymore. I'm back. We cleared up the mic issue. I hate that nonsense. Anyway, 6-0 so far in the playoffs. 10 more wins, baby. 10 more wins. And it's not going to be easy. They're going to go to Carolina. I don't think they're going to sweep the Hurricanes. They can. I don't think it's going to happen because Carolina's just that good. You know that. You know that Carolina and the Rangers always play tough. It is what it is. That being said, the Rangers, I feel the destiny. The 94, the Knicks, the Rangers, the Garden's going to be crazy. Let's go. Like I said earlier, too, if you missed it or if you heard it, it was a great day for New York all over. Yankees 10-3 victory over that former Met player, Justin Verlander, FU. The Mets with a nice win. Pete Alonso woke up. Francisco Lindor woke up. Even Aaron Judge got a hit. That's because of me. Because I jinxed them. I said they weren't even going to get 2 hits today. Combined, I think they had 5. So good for them. But the Rangers coming out on top is the biggest story of the night. Going to double overtime, it is crazy. Listen, there's nothing like playoff hockey. You know it. I know it. Playoff hockey is when you watch playoff hockey, the reason why hockey fans are so sick in the head and want to talk about playoff hockey is because we want you to enjoy what we enjoy. We want you to feel what we feel, the intensity that we feel when you do go to overtime. It's crazy. So that's why we brag about how good playoff hockey is. But for now, 6 down, 10 more to go. Bring on the Bruins. Bring on the Panthers. I don't care. I'm just looking forward to a long, deep run by the Rangers. And so far, so good. 6-0. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, favorite, all that stuff and more. And I'll be back on with Brandon Tierney and Sal Licata tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. But I appreciate you tuning in and checking out. Again, if you checked it out before, now check it out again. It's all good. But again, had to fix that mic issue. Appreciate you following WFAN Daily. Enjoy your Tuesday night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.